Dave Knutson with Gravity Capital, here with Josh Lillywhite in your first marketing meeting. And the first suggestion we have is do not bring ice cream. But I want you right now to make sure you understand. Do not be afraid of this. Do not be afraid to call or talk to who we're talking about today, which is bankers. And keep this in mind. What you're trying to do with this video is all you're trying to do is, number one, get to know the banker, which we're going to pretend Josh is the banker here. And number two, tell him exactly what you do. And then number three, tell him what you can do for him. So let's just say for a minute, Josh here is with Wells Fargo Bank.
No, I'm definitely with Zions.
He's with Zions Bank. Zions is our bank. They're a bank here in Utah. All you're going to do is I'm going to meet with Josh and say, hey, Josh, Dave Knutson with Gravity Capital. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. And then you're going to want to get to know Josh. Again, number one, what you're doing more than anything is you're trying to develop a relationship with, number one, hopefully somebody you like. Number two, somebody that'll bring you business. I would suggest bringing donuts maybe, or whatever you want to do. I'm going to tell Josh I'm with Gravity Capital, and Josh is going to ask me, what do I do?
What do you do, Dave?
I lend money to some of your customers right now who are not able to get a loan. And the reasons are, and you know this as well as I do, is that they probably have, number one, credit issues. Number two, they may have problems with income. Number three, do you have any customers who don't file tax returns?
No.
You have none of the above. And you know why he has none of the above? Because bankers require a whole bunch of information and they need to check all the boxes off. So Josh, here's what I'm going to do. Number one, I'm not ever going to drip ice cream on your couch again. But number two, I want to help you with some of your customers.
How are you going to do that?
We have programs that are able to make your customers who do not qualify for a loan qualify for our loans. Some of these customers have great ideas, do they not?
Yeah, they got the dream.
Yeah. So we provide money to people who do not qualify under your bank program, right?
Yeah.
Josh is going to ask me, great. He's going to want to know a little bit about our program. He's going to want to know a little bit about what we can do and what we can provide, which is we provide loans at rates from anywhere from, I would say, 10 to 15, 18% interest, depending on what they have on collateral. By the way, Josh, we lend on land, we lend on real estate, we lend on commercial, residential. We'll lend on a lot of things that you probably do not like to lend on. So keep that in mind when you're talking to your customers. Now, Josh is going to ask me, how's that going to help my customers? Number one, we're going to help his customers get money. Number two, this is the other thing that we can do. Most of the people that we lend money to have gotten into trouble. Trouble with credit, with income, with all kinds of stuff. But these people don't stay here long term. They get cured. And by the way, I'm a perfect example of this. I've gone through many ups and downs in the cycle. I've had good credit, I have bad credit. I hate to admit this, but I have been foreclosed on, and I foreclosed on people. Now, hopefully, you don't stay there long, you get fixed. So I'm the example of this cures itself when people get back on their feet. Josh, we think we can help your people get out of trouble. You probably have a lot of customers that had a hell of a time back in 2008, do you not?
Yes.
Yes. Well, those are the people we want to help you with. Now, Josh, I'm not sure whether you're able to do this or not, but if you can find us people who need money and we're able to make them a loan, we are happy to pay referral fees to you or the bank, whatever qualifies. We don't want to do anything that's illegal, but if you're able to get referral fees, we're happy to pay those out. If you want to give them to the bank, we're happy to give that to the bank too. Whatever you need, we can help you with there. So Josh, just keep this in mind. We're here to help your customers who cannot get along with you get one from us. We can help them in these 3 different ways. Do you have any problems or concerns about giving us some of your referrals?
No.
Okay, here's my card. I'm going to give them a card. I'm going to tell them about the program. You can do this all on the phone, by the way, at the same time. But number 1, I want you to remember this. Try to develop a relationship. Get to know him. Get to know what he does. Get to know his family, all the above. And then just all you're doing is you're telling him what you do. Now, I want to tell you this right now. Do not be afraid to stick your foot in your mouth, because you will do that from the get-go. It's much worse not to ask than it is to embarrass yourself. And the more you do this with different bankers, more and more bankers, the less uncomfortable you'll feel and the better you'll get at it. So it's like a practicing game. Again, the most important thing, make the phone call, make the stop, just do this and you'll find out it's a lot easier than you may think. Dave Knudsen,
Josh Lillywhite.
Gravity Capital.
That's a wrap.
There's a part of me thinking I plugged it in the wrong hole. Was it this hole or the other hole?